at the Sports Fix CLE. It's that simple.
Twitter.com/thesportsfixcle, baby.
Chat live with the crew during all your favorite Cleveland sports events, tickets and contests and trivia and so much more. Get with us today, the Sports Fix on social media, facebook.com/the Sports Fix. Tweet with us at the Sports Fix CLE. Join the Sports Fix on Facebook and Twitter today.
I'm Tyler Zeller, and you're listening to the Sports Fix.
Live in Ohio, it's time to get your fix. The Sports Fix.
There we go, kicking things off. I'll tell you what, over the weekend, long weekend. Welcome in, everybody. Feeling good. Over the long weekend, cleaned up the computer, did a lot of administrative stuff, and I had my fingers crossed and my breath held as we started the show here, because every single time I've ever took the leap of faith to go, hey, man, let's make things run a little bit smoother, man. I want to clean up the computer. Things go haywire. The first episode after I do that. Today, no, the only difference, the thing that slowed me down is everything, all my auto logins were undone. So I had to go through and fix everything. So before the show here, that's the delay. As I'm clicking tweet and sending out all those little nifty messages that tell people that may not know we're on the air, I had to re-click login on everything. So, but that's okay. If that's the worst that we're dealing with here, then it's all good in the hood, man. Welcome in, you guys. I am feeling fantastic. A long holiday weekend recharged. The calendar has flipped over to the month of September, baby. Welcome in, each and every one of you, to the Sports Fix. First episode here of the week and of the month, and we're rolling now. I mean, we are smack dab into football of all kinds. High school, college, professional. It's everywhere. It's here. Football season's here. But what was that? But baseball season. Okay. This would have been easier to say had yesterday gone a little bit better, but I don't care, because 3 of the 4 ain't that bad to me, and I don't care. So Team O Destiny chugging along. I'm going to chalk up the 4:30 in the morning flight yesterday, and we're going to talk all about the entire Indians weekend, including yesterday's kickoff with the Tigers, with Jeff Gorman from Indians101.com. He's going to join us just about 10 minutes from now to kick things off, talking some Indians. So, again, chalking it up to the middle of the night flight. And I know Corey Kluber got out early, but we're just going to ignore that fact for now. I don't care. Indians continue to chug along. I'm sticking with it, baby. Team O Destiny taking care of some business. For all intents and purposes, going to Kansas City and sweeping the first place Royals. I know. Because of Mother Nature, they're 3 outs away from finishing that, and that is a long 3 outs to get. I understand that, and it's a long time to wait to get those 3 outs. September 22nd, I believe it is. Man, I'll tell you. But keep that. That's like having an ace in your back pocket, able to play, that people forget about. That is a whole game in hand that, with of course taking into consideration they finished the game in hand, that can, I'm telling you, that could be a dramatic shifter at the end part of this season here, man. You guys especially looking at how nip and tuck and tight this thing may be, that could turn out to be big. That pushing off getting that game could be crucial down the stretch. I don't care, though. For all intents and purposes, taking care of all the family business in Kansas City. And then, of course, yesterday. But we'll talk about all of that with Jeff Gorman from Indians101.com, talking football as it has gotten rolling. Dr. Football Bill Chachkes in the house. We'll talk about all the NFL final cuts, the Browns, the rosters are settled, Michael Sam, all of those things going. Is the media helping or hurting Michael Sam when it comes to his chances in the NFL, or does it matter? Is he just not good enough to be there? All of that stuff. First test of the new domestic violence. Hey, it did not take long to see a test case pop up of that one there. We'll talk about all of that. The Browns roster still settling down. Dr. Football Bill Chachkes is here to kick things off, and we're going to do the NFL preview with him. I'll hit it with John McMullen tomorrow. I'll do it with Kendall Lewis on Thursday. We'll do it with the Browns guys on Friday, and we'll do it with all of you guys too. Let's put down your predictions, not just for the Cleveland Browns and their record, but the NFL. Who's going to hit the playoffs? Who's going to win these divisions? Who's going to the Super Bowl? Who are you looking to have those seasons? We're going to get those predictions starting today from Dr. Football Bill Chachkes and throughout the week as we roll into the opening. And speaking of that, fantasy football, well, you know what? I'll talk more about that. Our draft is tonight. We'll get it. We've got so much on the slate, a lot to get into, so why don't we do it? Welcome into the Sports Fix, my friends. I am your host, the Big Daddy on the microphone, J-Rock Jerry Myers, with you guys here each and every weekday at noon, live, right here across the vast spectrum that makes up the Sports Fix radio network, including TuneIn and TuneIn's radio application worldwide, Spreaker and Mixler and their respective mobile applications, listening live, and perhaps many of you stream us right off of the website, our home base, thesportsfix.net. Many of you as well, welcome in. You listen 24/7, thousands around the world on digital delay. All of you listening on iHeartRadio, which is the world's largest internet radio provider, listening on SoundCloud and Stitcher and CarPlay, and many of you able to stream us directly in your vehicles. That is what is so incredible. We're still on the cutting edge of that technology, and I just think, you know, as even a little guy like us, if we can just hold the ship and keep it going as the technological advance goes. So many people hit me up over the last just 6 to 12 months and say, man, I just saw Charles in the chat room say there's a new Mixler Android app, but I get that all the time. Hey, this app just came out. I can listen to you in my car now. Forget those guys on the radio dial. Like, that's one of the biggest separators, is obviously there's only certain ways that you can listen to this program. There's a lot of certain ways, but there's certain advantages and certain disadvantages we have. But just on the cusp of that technological breakthrough where that it becomes a level playing field, and I'm seeing it each and every time you guys tell me, man, now I found a way to listen to you guys in the car, and that's awesome. Many of you finding ways to listen live and on delay. So welcome in all of you guys across the Sports Fix Radio Network, and of course I want to hear from you. Phone lines already ringing, 216-539-7535, the number to call, 216-539-7535. Pick up the phone, give us a call, and if you can't do that, that does not mean we don't want to hear from you. All I want to do is hear from you and have some fun, as Sheryl Crow said. Hit us up on Facebook and Twitter and email. Yeah, that's how I'm feeling today. That's how it's rolling today. Facebook.com/The Sports Fix. Tweet with us at The Sports Fix, CLE. Email us, thesportsfix@AOL.com. And as I mentioned previously, thesportsfix.net is your one-stop shop, not only to listen to the show live, but to catch replays of us, listen to archives from the past 5.5 years of broadcasts on there. You can link directly and interact with our social media there. You can join the Mixler chat room during the live broadcast. All of that, everything you need right there on the sportsfix.net. So make sure you bookmark it in your browser today. A couple of things I want to do before we get into the beef of the show. Don't forget Jeff Gorman from Indians101.com coming up just about 6 minutes from now. But a few thank yous I want to give out from over the weekend. First thing, for those of you, and a few of you hit me up, and really I was completely blown away with some of you guys with your compliments. Those of you that even took the time over the weekend, Friday night, to listen to me start the play-by-play debut, the venture of this thing here, doing some high school football on WINT. I'm telling you, first off, thank you just for listening. I mean, that's amazing as it is, and some of the great compliments you guys sent out. I really, really appreciate that. It was the first time, I'm telling you, I'm very fired up about it. I thought it went well. Charlie Malta, thanks to him, my color guy, and Steve Newman, the program director over at WINT. But it was definitely everything that I thought it was going to be and more. It was something I never considered doing before, but now I'm very excited to do it again because we had a lot of fun. And man, I'll tell you, if you guys did, the ones of you guys that thought I sounded good, that's great. It's only going to get better because now I can get comfortable with this thing, and we'll see, man. But I'm very excited for the opportunity to try to improve and grow and get better at that, man. It's definitely something that has now piqued my interest. I've got another game, matter of fact, coming up this weekend. Next one is going to be St. Joe's, Villa Angela, St. Joe's, and Euclid coming up this Saturday, September 6th. You guys will be able to hear me 7 p.m. on 1330 again, and man, number one, it had been a minute since I'd been to a high school football game, man. Like, maybe sometimes you got to be around that. You've got to get yourself back to not to the roots, but, like where it's pure sport, man. I mean, you get the marching band and the majorettes and the parents. And I mean, I'll tell you what, the place was sold out. We were near the start of the second quarter, and there was still a line at the ticket booth, man. They love them some football out there in Kirtland, and they should. That's a defending state champion. That was a machine. Those Kirtland Hornets. Let me tell you, that was a semi-pro team over there. I felt bad for Eastlake North because they were well prepared, but they got steamrolled by just an absolute machine. But I'll tell you, just being around it and then calling it was a beautiful night. The place was packed. It was great. It was cool. It was awesome, man. It makes you get you back in touch with it. I'm telling you, the biggest thing I could tell you, if you're a football guy, you got to open Friday night, man, hell, look at the Plain Dealer, look at your newspaper where you're at, go find a good game. Go check it out, man. It's a lot of fun. But thanks to you guys for listening and all your compliments and all that. That was great, and I cannot wait to do that again. I absolutely cannot. Speaking of, by the way, speaking of extracurriculars, I haven't mentioned this yet because all the details have just kind of got nailed down, but I'm pretty excited. This Saturday, I'm also doing, before I've got the play-by-play in the evening, this Saturday afternoon, man, my schedule. I thought about taking a picture of this and posting it. I did my September schedule up here on the wall, and I color-coded all of the events. You should see it. There's literally only 2 days in the entire month of September that I don't have multiple things to do. If I took a pic, it looks like a Pentagon document here, man. It's all color-coded and written out. But before my game, I am playing in a celebrity softball game on Saturday, and I'm going to give you guys more details later on in the week about this, but it's pretty cool. Brookside Park. Many of you here in Northeast Ohio may be familiar with Brookside Stadium for a long, long, long time. We've talked about how they restored League Park a few weeks back. Similar thing here. There's a fundraising activity going on to rebuild the Brookside Stadium and the area. It's a great little a great nature area, and it's also a great park. It's great baseball parks, and there was a big history there. It's of course fallen by the wayside, and there's a lot of work that needs to be done. So they're doing a whole day of baseball events down here, and they're revealing the Ohio Historic Marker because they've done a lot of work here to raise awareness for the historic preservation. And there's going to be a lot of people there. There's going to be former Cleveland baseball players and coaches. They got the hot air balloon rides there, which is always fun. But the part that I'm involved in is the celebrity softball game. And I don't know about the celebrity aspect of it, but I don't know about the softball aspect either. I'm not exactly the softball player. But hey, it'll be fun. Check this out. For those of you locally, you want to come out and check it out. WOIO, Channel 19, their entire TV station softball team is going to be there with Captain Paul Orlowski. That'll be interesting. Andre Knott and Nick Camino from WTAM, the home of the Cleveland Indians. I believe Super Joe Charbonneau, Lenny Barker, Ron Pruitt from the Indians may be there playing in this game as well. At least I was told that they were tentatively scheduled to be there, but I'm going to leave a question mark just because I didn't get confirmation, but that will definitely be a lot of fun. Billy Morris from Warrant and Quiet Riot will be playing in this game, and several other people as well. So as I get more details this week, I'll pass them along to you guys. It's going to be a lot of fun, though, the celebrity softball game, and it's for a good cause, so I'm looking forward to that. And man, I'll tell you, I'm already up again. Man, already? It's Jeff Gorman time already? All right, you know what? I'm going to stall Jeff off for a minute because I got callers on the line. I'm going to let one of you guys in now, and then I'm going to have to come back to the phone lines a little bit later on in the show because we got to get things rolling. But I'm going to let you get things rolling first. I'm feeling good. I'm turning it over to you, caller. You are kicking off the day here on the Sports Fix.
Big Daddy. Cleveland Indian time, baby.
Team of Destiny, baby. Team of Destiny.
Cleveland Indians, I told you. We going to the World Series.
I'm telling you, Big Bob, you did. You definitely did.
Going to the World Series.
At the lowest of the lows, you still said it, man. So I'm
absolutely.
With you, man.
And Zach McAllister, I put it down on my email, X Factor for this month. And what a job he did for those 3 innings plus. Super job, the big boy. The big young Indian did a super job.
Those young Indians, baby. I'll tell you what.
I'm telling you, man.
I'm
telling you. Stay pat. We got to stay pat. Shapiro and Antonetti They're like like I said, the Maytag washer boys. Ain't nothing we have to do, even after